Hello Marvel Heroes fans, this is a video on Rocket Raccoon, and before I go on, just would like to dedicate this video to my wife, Sing Cup. She's a huge fan of Rocket Raccoon, some of you may have known, and she has been my inspiration trying to work my raccoon better because I would like to share with her how to build her as well. So I have got a guide on Rocket Raccoon, but since then till now, a couple of changes. First of all, it's a tuning. Rocket Raccoon has gone through some tuning at the beginning of this month that kind of like prompt me to rethink how I should do better with Rocket Raccoon. Also, I've made some gear adjustment because I've learned quite a fair bit through the last 1 or 2 months as well while doing all this theory crafting. So I'm applying all those I've learned onto Rocket Raccoon, and I would like to make a better video for you guys on the guide of Rocket Raccoon. Now, I understand that he will have his unique updated or reviewed pretty soon. I don't expect they will change my mind about him being a summoner, so I believe that whatever guide or build I have should be relevant, even as his unique getting updated. I would think that after that he probably have more +1 here and there to make his power rank go up to 50 using his uniques along with others like Miss Marvel that we have seen today. So that's why I anticipate changes to his unique, not something that is going to drastically change the way that I would play my Rocket Raccoon. I really like the guy. Now, every hero guide to me is special. I try to bring something different about hero rather than just go through the same template, and because I believe that every hero has something very special in this game. We have 48 heroes today, and Gazillion has done an excellent job to make every hero stand out as his own. And for Rocket Raccoon, I'm going to show you some footages later. Probably convince you, although this little guy may seem a little bit different from others when it comes to dealing damage and so on. But he has his own utility that is very special as well. I'm hoping to bring that to you. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go through the Cosmic Patrol and the Cosmic Terminal as well. So, but before I go on, maybe I'll just share with you my build, just in case those who like to just upfront know what my build is. So my build, very much, you see those max number are the one that, high number is the one that I've maxed out. So my build is very much like, having a gun, which is the photon minigun as my main spender. But they've changed how this one works because no longer is 40% on the elite. You have to build it up about 2 seconds, I think, to build it up. So to me, it's like a mini nerf in the sense, because we used to have this 40% upfront bonus against boss, but now you need 2 seconds to build that up. Yeah, and I'm using this one as well because it is a cooldown power and it buffed the gun power, so I'm using this one. And this one is a damage over time M78 plasma launcher. And as the patch wise, I have both the blaster and the suppression turret, as well as my friend Groot. Those are my main pads. Gravity Mine is good for debuff. 1 point to it is sufficient. The DPS is very low. All right. And then after that, I 1 point into a couple of points into combat shield. I could split some into a traveling power, rocket flight as well, if you want the kind of role playing part of it. But I find that Burrow, which is from his own gear, is actually doing a better job. And then I max out this razor sharp wit. I think it's important to have the crit damage rating and so on and so forth. I specialize into pads and I max my signature. So that's what I do. So when you take a look at the video later, you probably would can relate to that. And the and in terms of function key wise, I mapped the function key to so F1 is the burrow, F2 is the crowd control breaker, F3 is the gravity mine. All right, so I have to do that all the time. And if those who like to fly as a raccoon that fly, they can map an F4 to it. All right, so I've just released another video on this hotkey dancing that you may be interested to see. All right. All right, Rocket Raccoon in Cosmic Terminal and Cosmic Patrol. And usually, if you know that if you've been to Cosmic Patrol before, all these mobs are pretty scary when it comes to playing all these things. And but for Rocket Raccoon, it's actually pretty relaxing. You just need to constantly, watch out for what's happening, and that's about it, right? It's one of those heroes that is really fun when it comes to all this like cosmic patrol hard content, because you just need to constantly move your the turret one step up as you get closer to these guys, and just stealth as and when, and that's it. And nothing much. You just build another turret here, go out, get root in, then signature. That's about it, and then go in and loot in stealth. So playing him is super relaxing in a situation like that. This is cosmic patrol, known to be very hard, especially if you play melee, and you see all this like Ultron sentry there as a melee. It's really hard. You probably would agree with me. But for Rocket Raccoon, there's so many pets running around, and you just keep moving and keep getting the next waves. Like for instance, they come to here, and there's Sentinel there, no issue. All these things are no issue. So you just need to direct your group there, lose some bubble there, and that's about it. I mean, the Sentinel is still the sentry, the Ultron sentry is still trying to hurt me, but he can't see me. And usually I have to make a mistake before I getting attacked or whatnot. You just you have this awareness of where things are, and that's it. This is a sentry, right? So he's still trying to get me, and he can't really see me, right? So you just keep moving into reds. Then don't forget the gravity mine. I always forget because it's in a different hotbar, and that's about it. So I thought I would like to share this with you, because not many hero you can do this sort of like very relaxing move when it comes to all these things that go on. The two groups of not. So gravity mine, 3 groups here coming. All right. So gravity mine again, get out. All right. So I just need to do a DOT, signature, stealth again, direct the group to the mob, and do another gravity mine. Bosses are coming, so what should I do? Maybe I just clear this junks first, because I need to do my share quest. So yeah, I mean, this is about it, right? So it's very relaxing. You look at his health. Barely drop anywhere at all. So now I better get to the boss. Oh, the boss is just right here. That's just nice. So I just need to make sure I move all the. All right. Yeah. So okay. So one thing strange is that I think there's been a bug somewhere, because the holding a shift key used to work, but somehow it's just not working. So now it's just working on rotation, and there's quite a few of them. So let me see what I can do here. Whoa, how many Dr. Dooms are here, man? This is crazy stuff, huh? Alright, so the lag here is pretty bad. My apologies. Nothing I can do. It's just too many Dr. Dooms around there. Just from a very safe distance, and then signature again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back out, and then do a gravity mine, and then after that do my what's it called? Heavy gauge gun. Alright, so yeah, and then you got all these mobs here, just direct the group there, and that's about it. I think my frame rate here is really low. I can't even see whether the boss is around or not. I think there's a boss around. But give you a very convincing kind of like, what boss is this? Oh, wizard. Okay, let me just signature it down. Alright, and the heavy, how to pronounce it? Boss. Right? Not quite sure. English not my first language. So yeah, that is very relaxing. He hardly get hit at all in a cosmic patrol, which is known to be really hard. For the melee, for that round just now, if you jump in, very likely you may get hurt quite badly as well, right? He's not doing anything hard, and he can solo any of those bosses quite easily. So let's go to Manape, right, which a lot of people like to do at Manape. So I'm just going to get there myself. I think maybe someone is already there. So yeah, someone is already there. So try to stay out of the way. 2, lay down the turret, and after that, do the cooldown power, then 5 times signature, stay out of trouble. That's it. Ooh. Okay, get out, and the yeah. All right, just stand here, get out. Yeah. So that's about it. Find another angle to it. Direct Groot to him. So don't forget you can direct the Groot, and the one thing good about directing Groot is that it actually does quite a big power, big damage. So signature. Make sure that you have done the heavy gauss so that it will give you the gun buff. Get out, don't get hit, and direct Groot to there from a distance, and that's it, right? There's nothing really memorable. When the cooldown is up, then you just do a cooldown, do another one. Then you don't really need to pay too much attention to what's on the hotbar, and it's wonderful. Just remember to apply Gravity Mine if you solo. That is the only thing that I dislike about this build, is because I need to have Gravity Mine on my function key, so I need to do hotkey dancing. But that's there's nothing much going on here. All right. So like this is a whole bunch of stuff. Just lay down the 2 set of turret, Gravity Mine, then lay the DOT, stealth. Now they just watch the thing get melted. There are cooldowns up, then just do a cooldown again, do a DOT, Gravity Mine, signature. It's like a nuclear bomb, and never get hit. Just don't get hit at all. So yeah. So I thought it's good to show you the how it plays like in the Cosmic Patrol. It's going to be very easy. It's very much like even Hollow Sim as well. He excelled in that kind of environment whereby because he has so many pets, and I'm just laying down my turret, and that's it. Well, this is not really a big chunk of mobs, but yeah, I mean there are some of these spiders could be quite dangerous for those heroes, all these things. So you just need to Gravity Mine it, and then it's already died. Then so do the DOT and move your turret a bit. I'm going to do one more round of the patrol just to give you some idea, and I also like to show you some of the rotation as well, just to make sure that this time round I will not be doing too many Cosmic Terminal, because you've seen one, you've seen probably all. So okay, this is one of the harder wave, and just need to do the cooldown, the direct Groots to it, and okay, all right. So no big deal. Just make sure I get out. Sometimes it's very hard to stay in place. I think the game is right now is bugged. Okay, just make sure my DOT is there, direct my Groots there, then do the cooldown power, the heavy gauss, and gauss. Yeah, it's called Gauss, right? It's a Gaussian transformation or whatever it is that I've learned it when I was really young. Yeah, so okay. So yeah, just get out. And yeah, there's a sentry as well there, so just lay some DOT. But that's about it. It's a lot of Doctor Doom today, a lot. You can see all these Doom bots, it's just I can't even move anywhere. So yeah, so that's about it. Hardly get hit at all in this kind of very challenging environment, and it's wonderful. You gotta enjoy the game, enjoy Cosmic Patrol without the nerve-wracking experience. Just need to keep shooting and keep looting, and that's what it does. The only thing challenging me right now is just the bloody key doesn't stay. It is Rocket Raccoon keep running around, and I keep holding a shift key, it doesn't work. So yeah. Let me just get laser down as well. Apologies for the frame rate. This room is always a little bit challenging. Just get out from this red zone. You're gonna play the game. So yeah, I hope I convince you though. I mean, the Rocket Raccoon is really enjoyable when it comes to Cosmic Patrol. Just try him out, man. Just try him out. Alright, Rocket Raccoon versus Cosmic Curse, and I'm going to do a bounty. I'm not going to do too many Cosmic Terminal, but what I'm going to do is that you're going to lay down the turret first, do the Gravity Mine, and that's about it. And just keep moving the turret upstream as you move along. So, okay, moving here, then Gravity Mine, and then after that use the heavy gauss, and after that to use the M78, the plasma launcher as the damage over time layer, and that's about it. Alright, just try to stop this guy because this one is really bad. So just keep laying down the turret, see, and gravity mine, and all these like yeah, I mean the mobs are just dead on its own. Okay, a bunch here, so that's it. Then gravity mine, then use the what's it called? The M78 plasma launcher. So that's all it is about. All right. I mean, he plays very differently. It's like almost like a tactician. You don't really have to do a lot of work in terms of hitting the mob and so on, but you do have to be mindful where you lay all your turret, where you do a gravity mine, or where you do the so-called the M78 plasma launcher, where you put all your pets and so on. So here's a whole bunch. Just go in, stealth in, do the thing, then gravity mine, and do the plasma, the M78 plasma launcher, and that's about it. Very relaxing playing him. Just need to keep mindful where you are. You've got to, I mean, when you play Rocket Raccoon, at least for me, I got to really enjoy the game. Like, I'm going to watch like what is happening around, because I don't need to try so hard to survive. I can, when I don't need to try so hard to survive, I got to think about where I stand. I got to think about who is going to be hurting me the most, and that's really fun, because I think, I do enjoy this aspect of the game. I mean, not always you have to lay down your turret, alright? So if it's one mob, you can just destroy it quite easily. Lay down my M78 launcher and a gravity mine, and that's about it, alright? So this guy here is disturbing us. So oops, line of sight. Didn't know that this game has it. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to face Curse now after I clear this whole bunch, and I mean, I hope you agree at least, at least agree with me that at this stage it's very fun. So what I'm going to do for Curse, I'm going to show you a little bit of tactics when you play this game, like when you face man ape. I will spread the turrets around, and it's very nice to see Curse the boss jumping around turret to turret, and it's not about kill time here. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the cooldown heavy gauss rifle to buff my gunpowder for 10 seconds, and I'm going to use signature a bit. I'm going to direct cruise and so on. So I'm going to have a lot of fun here, just laying down my turret. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So he's going to jump around quite a fair bit. Just make sure that you don't stand too close to any of these kind of things here. All right. So yeah, I mean the kill time wise, don't worry about it. He will have his unique update soon. So now he jumped to the other side already, right? So it's really fun if you play him like play man ape against him. So yeah. So that, I mean, it's not about kill time, like I said before. I mean, if it was about kill time, just lump everything up and just eat the damage and do it, right? But I just want to show you a little bit of fun side of it playing Rocket Raccoon. He will have his unique being revamped or revealed later on, and I'm very sure by then it'll be great. But even so, I mean, if I focus, just not play around with the boss too much. If I lay all the turrets here centrally, just to centralize all the damage, and the kill time would be a lot better. But I thought I'd give you a different side of it, whereby you can spread your turrets a bit here and there, and to just watch the boss jumping around, have fun with it. It's very useful when it comes to Hollow Sim. Alright, so back to the training room. Alright, I'm hoping to show you some footage on how he really plays, like when you are really serious about playing him. So because just now on the Curse I saw just play around with the boss, and I don't know whether you guys are convinced that his DPS actually is not that bad. So I thought I'd just do one short clips on the him against the Kingpin. Alright, welcome back to the training room. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. From the build perspective, taking off all the gears, this is what I have. I've talked about it early on, so I wouldn't want to spend another 10 minutes talking about it. Just remember, you could put 1 point here if you're into the rocket flight, which I think is quite nice. All right. So this is all I have without the gear, specialization to battery. In terms of Omega system, it's going to be, I don't put points in spin tech because, as you know, when you play a summoner, only half of the damage or even less come from the hero. So this 600 damage rating versus boss is not going to help you too much. All right, so I focus on those points that can benefit both pet and hero. I always start with these 3 and 6 points because I prefer these days a little bit of health and health regen, even for this hero, because with this I'm quite comfortable even without a health fixed gear. So my costume fix is all damage, DPS, nothing on the health. So I've got 2 sets, but I realized that I don't need it at all. You've seen it in Cosmic Patrol. He's doing really well on that. 13 points on Shadow King, especially so because it gives me 13% summon ally damage. And then after that, I take merge and process, but don't put too many points in it because the cost escalation is very high. This is 80%. 3 points enough. Don't put 20 points in it. You waste a lot of Omega points. You can pick up summon ally damage somewhere else. Like this one is nice as well. I put 6 points in it because aside deal damage, my summon ally get a certain buff and it gets up quite high. And of course, plus 6 intelligence. That's great because every intelligence is a 4% summon ally damage, and summon ally damage actually scale up much better than the damage rating. So it's like a 1 to 2. So when you think that way. I've got another video called the gearing for summoner. If you are interested to know what kind of gear is good for summoner, check that out. Right, then the next bit is that I dump points here, don't mind me. Basically this one is nice because again, this one gives me the 5% summon ally damage plus 5 intelligence. I don't do basic, but that's pretty good. I don't put 10 points as I said because this one escalates quite high. 80% is cost effectiveness is my target, so I don't. 5 points is sufficient for me. I've done remaining points here because when it comes to brutal rating, even pets can benefit from it as well. And then the skill suppression is good. Brutal strike rating, both the pet and the hero can benefit. So yeah, for those who are new to the whole summoner build, just to recap a little bit, only your crit hit rating, brutal strike rating go into the pet. Damage rating, no. Crit damage rating, no. Brutal damage rating, no. Alright, so just remember, only crit and brutal go into the pet. Only health and defense go into some part of it, or it gets scaled up by the health and defense, but not any other damage. So whatever damage you invest, always discount by at least half, if not 60%, because 60% damage come from pets. All right. So continue. 20 point here is very nice because it's quite cheap. Escalation is not that high. You got 20% summon ally damage. This one I dump remaining points in it. Because I have a bit too much. I enjoy the +9 fighting because although I said that for 60% of the damage come from pets, your hero is still doing damage, so I need the card damage, but I want to pick something that benefit both me and the pet. So +9 fighting, inside we have brutal strike as well. The brutal strike rating go into the pet, so always think that way, right? What benefit the pet? Plus fighting is going to be better than plus energy, all right? And then this one again, more brutal, because I want as much brutal as possible go into the pet. Although the pet brutal and crit scale up is not as good as the hero itself, all right? Synergy wise, there's a very standard stuff there going on. I enjoy this unaware targets because 4% unaware. Most of the time you see the video just now for the Cosmic Patrol, Cosmic Terminal. If you stealth here and there, you never get hit as a Rocket Raccoon. You never get targeted as a Rocket Raccoon. So this 4% will help you a fair bit, all right? And the rest of it just boosts his flat energy damage. That is about it. I mean, there's not many summoner note. Rocket Raccoon is the only one. The +5%. Just use it. Get some crit for him, and that is about it. Let's talk about the gear, my favorite topic. When it comes to Rocket Raccoon, you have to balance between the summon ally damage, which is on the pet side, versus the hero damage. So as you've seen in the other video on the gearing for summoner, the ratio between damage rating and summon ally damage is about 1 to 2. So for example, if you have a gear like this, it can go up to about 44% summon ally damage. To beat that in terms of damage, you need to have a 22%, which is very substantial. That translates to about 880 damage rating, which is almost impossible to find. At least I haven't seen one artifact that gives you that high kind of rating. So this one, of course, is very good for Rocket Raccoon or any summoner. You can get it from the event vendor in the Avengers Tower. It costs something like something called armor drive. I think the something here like the armor research drive. So that is the the one of these guys. All right. So that is on the you can get it from event vendor. Just make sure you keep refreshing it until you get a max or near max kind of like stats before you purchase it. Alright, so that is very nice for Rocket Raccoon as a summoner. Another one that I recommend is the Raptor Stone. If you don't have that, you could have the Advanced Regalia, which is something like a little steak. Let me just show you, making sure that you get you understand what I'm trying to say. It's something like here, it's about 30% summon ally damage, so that is also pretty good as well. So if you don't have this one, then you have the other one, but this one will give you a little bit of attack speed boost for your guns. All right, so this is very nice to have. So this two is for the pets. Metasensory is something that I always prefer to have, although it is only 304 damage rating or 300 damage rating. It has a +1 to all power that will benefit the pets as well, so I would recommend to use that for your Rocket Raccoon. Now the last artifact, you could use another one, which is like the Regalia, which gives you 30% or 28% summon ally damage. I prefer something like the Omega Drive, because if you think about that way, two intelligence would be like 8 summon ally damage, because intelligence gives you that much. So you still have 20% to beat. 20% you have to gain 10% of the damage in order to beat that, which is about 400 damage rating. So now obviously this one doesn't. Looking at this one is actually matching around there. So. And with the health as well, I really wouldn't mind to have that to replace that Advanced Regalia. So yeah, so that's something that you probably need to evaluate within your your mind when you see like 20%. You need to beat 20% summon ally damage. You need to beat it with 10% damage rating. So that would translate to times 40. So yeah. So that is something that 40 plus times 10% is 400. So this one beats it, of course, and it has health as well. Another artifact that you like to pay attention to is those from the Ultron mode, because it's known to drop really nice artifact with very high intelligence. So that is something that you like to consider as well. All right. So not just follow what I have here, just be creative, take what I have and then get a better job out from it. Use the Ultron gear. Those are pretty much very good gears. All right. So now in terms of medallion, I would recommend either the Sinister, which gives you the 30% summon ally damage, or another one that I also enjoy using these days is the let me show you, Man-Ape. Alright, so Man-Ape lacking of the, my roll here is quite bad. It all depends on your roll as well, but Man-Ape is lacking by 10% of the summon ally damage, but to compensate that, you have the pretty high crit as well, pretty good brutal as well. So as I always say, if you have the damage as well as the crit component to it, the product of it usually give you a better return. So it's something that you could consider, but it all depends on your role as well. If your Sinister's role is no good, then if your Man-Ape is really good, then yeah, you could consider that. The only thing about the Man-Ape is that it has the summon ally duration that is not relevant to Rocket Raccoon. So if you play many heroes and you have a very nice Man-Ape medallion, you may want to keep it for those heroes that the pets tend to disappear very fast, like Loki. Alright, so I thought I covered that for you. The The alternative reality relax is one that buff the summon ally damage. No doubt, I mean, you have to use it. Whether you want to stack it to 250 or 500 is depending on how often you play, how many hero you would like to gear, because there is a diminishing return on relax. 250, you get half of what the max is. So yeah, I mean, usually I stack it to 250, but there aren't many summoner in this game, and I play quite a fair bit, so I do have quite a number of relics to pass around. So 500 is what I can give to Raccoon. As for the rune word, you could go for Beastmaster, which is like the cheaper version, though you know it's not that cheap. It gives you a decent 20% summon ally damage. Alternatively, if you really love your Raccoon, you could consider the dupe inspiration, which is this one here. You need to purchase the recipe from the event vendor on the west side of Avenger Tower. This could give you an upside of 30% summon ally damage, so an extra 10% is pretty good, so on and so forth as well. So depends on how much you love your heroes and how much resource you have. Alright, so I wouldn't want to keep, have it like a mandatory, so either one works fine. Legendary, either a grade 70 Trident or grade 80 Trident, so either one is fine. Ring wise, just get something that will benefit the pets, like the brutal strike rating or crit strike rating, crit hit rating. I like something. I actually wanted to have something on the crit damage side to just help the hero a little bit, because I'm actually having quite a high crit. Take a look at my crit here. Is about 54.7%, or the energy is close to 58.7. Now, why it is so? Because my costume affixes I roll all to crit hit rating. As you may have seen it in my video on gearing for summoner. By my calculation, the best affixes for the summoner, for Iceman, for Raccoon is crit hit rating, because the crit hit rating goes into both the pet and the hero, so the pet also scale up as well. It's really great because consider, say, Groot, right? The crit chance is plus 25%. So so you're looking at 25% add up onto this guy, which is pretty high. And also, one of the Omega Note give me extra crit rating as well, and it's really wonderful. My brutal is about 56.7%. So Groot actually hits pretty well with that kind of gear. But what I'm trying to say is that because my crit hit rating is pretty good, I would like to invest a little bit on the crit damage rating as well. So look at my insignia. So Nick Fury is a very nice insignia for all summoners, because it gives you the +1 intelligence, which is 4% summon ally damage, plus the 12% is 16% summon ally damage. So that is pretty good stuff. Then I have 400. This one is near max roll, right? 400 on the range power, as well as close to max crit damage rating. So these are pretty good stuff. So I invest in one extra rank to all power, because Raccoon right now is really low in terms of power rank. His review is still ongoing. As for the costume affixes, just get the plus intelligence if you have. Those are very good for the pet, and 25% health and 100 spirit is really good as well. Because my Raccoon really needs the spirit to keep it going without any basic power. In terms of pets, finally, guys, I've got the yellow rank, plus 2 ranks to summon power. To be honest, I was hoping for +1 to all power, but I've been trying for months. So, since this pet is for summoner, I have +4% summon ally damage. May as well just get my +2 ranks for summon power. And I'm done with all this pet leveling. Thank Odin for it. Alright, so these are all the gear-wise, something that I would like to share with you. The last bit of the video is really about the rotation, because I haven't really talked too much about the rotation in this video, so I would like to address that as well. So first of all, make sure that your defense combat shield is on. This is bug again. I don't know why it's not filled out. So remember the toggle key, like F2 whatnot, F3 whatnot. So in terms of the rotation wise, your gravity mine is having an 8-second cooldown, not 8-second cooldown, sorry, 8-second you need to reapply again. For the damage over time on M78 plasma launcher, it also have an 8-second damage over time as well. So these two is very nice, 8-second and 8-second. And even more so, heavy Gauss rifle is a 4-second cooldown. So guess what? Every 12 times you've done the heavy Gauss, you have to reapply these two. So it's very nice. So in terms of rotation, just make sure you start with the turret here. So make sure you get all the necessary turret up, and then after that you just need to gravity mine. Then and the damage over time, just making sure that those are being kept up. And whenever the Gauss rifle is up, then you just on. Then before it expires, gravity mine and the DOT again, and then Gauss rifle. All right. So these are the things that you should pay attention to do it. And as and when the Groot is on cooldown, you just make sure that you do it as well. Now, although Groot has an animation when it does its own thing, if you send it out here, it has animation, but that is still worth it. The hit is very, very huge compared to the animation penalty you have. All right. So just to fast forward a little bit, you gravity mine and then damage over time. Then you do the Gauss and then do a Gauss again. Alright, just before it expires, then you gravity mine and the damage over time again, and after that do it again. Alright, so remember, this is just a basic one. What you need to do is to mix it with Groot. So you have to gravity mine, then the damage over time, then the Gauss. Then after that Groot, then Gauss, then continue, then gravity mine, then reapply DOT, Groot, and then Gauss. Alright, so that is the kind of rotation you like to do, and it's actually draw quite a lot of spirit if you notice. And as and when your signature is up, then you do it again. So just to fast forward now is the gravity mine, DOT, Gauss, Groot, signature, and then after that Gauss again, Groot coming up. Then after that soon to be reapply, then Gauss, then Groot is coming up. Then meanwhile, just make it as you need. Then Gauss again. Then Groot is coming up. Then reapply. Then Gauss, heavy Gauss rifle. So that is basically the rotation you'll be having. It's very relaxing. I mean, it looks a little bit taxing, but once you get onto the whole thing, you just remember when you play Rocket Raccoon, treat him as a tactician. There's no need to pay too much attention about the hotbar, because you know roughly when you reapply things, and otherwise you get a rhythm to it. But more importantly is to make sure you position Rocket Raccoon nicely, position the turret nicely, reapply the Groot as you need to, and then before you use any gunpowder, use the heavy Gauss. That is important because it buffs your gunpowder for 10 seconds. So that's all I would like to share with you, and I hope you enjoy Rocket Raccoon. I think he's one of the very special hero Marvel heroes has for this game. So if you have any question, please feel free to drop me a comment here below in YouTube. So have a nice day. Bye.